Hello there, my adorable internet and you amazing creatures of the beyond. I have an interesting topic for you today. So, let's talk about coup d'etat, which basically means to overthrow or seize or remove a government from its power. But an unconventional way of saying this is just fuck the system. What is this word fuck? Because it can be an uncomfortable word, it can be a heavy word, an interesting word, a funny word. So basically, it's just a four-letter sound which has so many meanings. And I don't know, is it constantly in our communication? Maybe not when you're talking politely, of course, but when you feel very passionate about something and you really, really want to get your point across, you kind of want to force the meaning of your idea and you just throw a fuck into it, and it just feels so right. So basically, you can use it, I don't know, as a witty remark in a savage way, ironically or rhetorically, and so many, many other ways. But what I'm saying is like you can use it in both of a happy and a negative connotation, and that has an extensive flexibility in the way we apply it in our daily dialogue. To get in various topics that we discuss. So it's kind of my belief that every few generations, like maybe one or two generations or so, there is a need to change because people get fed up and they feel stuck in the current system and the way of life, and it just doesn't appeal to how they want to dream and how they want to evolve and how they want to think, because the old system has rules that apply differently than what they imagine it. This is not necessarily a good or bad thing, but it's just different. People want to be different. I think life is about adaptation and change, or constant change, because that is the most constant thing in the universe, the change. So we kind of feel a desire to break the chains, start something new, and reinvent things the way we desire it. Because let's think about it. Former generations have had a different life than us. And maybe some of them started careers that were really on their liking and that made them afford uh, a better future, a family, a way of life that was akin to their liking, calm and relaxed and maybe hardworking in some situations. It depends from country to country, economy to economy, and so on. But then there are people who live in not so well developed countries and see that a family means extra money, a car means extra expenses and fuel and repairs, a house means a mortgage, and it kind of deflates them. They don't wish those things, or maybe they wish for them, but they cannot afford them, so they want a change. They want the future generations or their current generations to have a better way of life, equal opportunity, and that is difficult to apply. And I'm gonna take an example. Uh, let's see, the French Revolution, which happened somewhere in the near the 1800s, something like that. I knew it was about 10 years or so before the 1800s began. So um, the peasants or the bourgeoisie overthrew the nobility and the feudal system because they were so fed up with it. And they were denied positions of power, and they were kind of edging on poverty from that point because the rich were getting richer and the middle class was getting far too poor to be even called the middle class. So they all decided one day that, hey, let's start a revolution. And it took like 10 years. Yeah, it wasn't a fast revolution. So they decapitated the system, both figuratively and literally, and it was an interesting bloodbath. Yeah, it didn't end up quite well. But the thing is, the reality is that a revolution doesn't just happen. It's just not a group of people that go like, grrr, I really hate how things are, and let's just burn the country and start all over and just do it in our way. No, no, a revolution takes time. It takes organizing. It takes people who have the education and the necessary skill to manipulate the masses onto how to guide them on how to overthrow the old system in order for these organizations or in these individuals to put themselves in place of the old system and use their tools to organize the new system and bring new people and so on. And that could be a good change in some situations, but as we have seen through history, not all coup d'etat end in very efficient ways. Sometimes there is a general who wants to take over, let's say, a country's king or uh, what is it, presidency, and so on. So they want to implement a new, different type of regime. But in the case of France, it was replacing the feudal system with a liberal democracy, which was an innovative system. It's not perfect by any means, but it offers more freedoms. It gives people more choices, more opportunities, and it also implements a better fair trade. Um so yeah, there are benefits, but of course, then there comes the issue of what's it called? I forgot the term. Corruption. Yeah. So yeah, corruption always finds a way to get into every system. What is made by man can be undone by man. So that's how it goes. Unless we maybe institute a system that is run by robots, at which point we'll become human slaves. I don't know. The future is full of surprises. Who knows what humanity will think next? But the point is that um, when a change like this happens, who is really in control? Is it the users who overthrew the old system under the guidance of the ones who are going to implement the new system, or is it the administrators who take over the old system and shape it up to their desires to become the new system? It's a very interesting concept that we have to take into account. So, what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not trying to start a revolution. I'm a panda after all. What am I gonna say? I want more bamboo? Hmm. Well, maybe I want more bamboo. Let's start a revolution. Well, uh, the thing is that I'm just giving you guys food for thought because it's so easy to get carried away and identify with a group or organization that kind of places the seeds of their ideologies and say, hey, things could be so much better if it was like this or like that, or if these things didn't exist, or if we were at power, and so on. So it's super easy to get carried away and start sprouting these sparks of fear and hate and passion to make it different, you know? So you get emotionally manipulated here by these individuals when you're not applying your own reasoning, or you're relying more on what is said from these individuals or groups that don't necessarily have your interest at heart. And you should always be skeptical what groups tell you in what it's good for you. Try to always apply your rationale. But change doesn't automatically mean that it's something bad because I don't know, there could be intellectual movements, for example. So you can have your own ideas, personal ideas, and you get in a group with other people that have similar ideas and you complement each other and you don't necessarily try to lead each other to show who has the supreme concept to overrule all the others, like in Lord of the Rings. I don't know. But I don't know, an intellectual movement can push the mechanisms of the world toward a better future without violence and through technological innovations and through logical debates that in general overcome difficult problems that we we are challenged as a society, as a whole community together, and we can overcome them together, of course. So next time when you say fuck the system, apply it in an intellectual way rather than an impulsive and animalistic fuck kind of behavior way. And I hope you guys get inspired and create your own interesting movements that can shape the future to be more appealing to the rest of us mortals. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Stay awesome. Bye 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 bye.